Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom. I'm Jake T. O'Donnell. Today we've got another SGC grade reveal. There's 14 cards in this. Most of them were graded, new cards to be graded, and were raw cards I sent in. A couple reholders and one crossover. So I'm going to get into this in a minute and show you guys kind of what came in. This was an SGC order that kind of took a while from when I sent it out to when I got it back. And I wouldn't really put the delay and how long it took for me to get it really on SGC. I would just put it towards like sort of holiday circumstances and things like that. Like I put this submission in the mail on December 16th and today is January 10th and that's when I'm getting it back. So it took over a week for it to actually get into SGC's hands. And again, I would just attribute that to holiday, mail delays. And then there were holidays in between, Christmas, New Year's, weekends, things like that popped up. So it was certainly, they were within the 5 to 10 business day SLA. The only thing that did happen was the cards went into post grading, I think on Thursday of last week, but they stayed in post grading all day Friday, and then they didn't ship until late Monday. And then obviously the other thing was that yesterday, the 9th, was a federal holiday because of the National Day of Mourning for the passing of Jimmy Carter. So I'm actually mostly, for the most part, pretty happy with these grades. I did look at them beforehand. Now, before I actually get into showing you guys the grades on these cards, there's one thing I just wanted to kind of bring up, and I want to say I'm not being totally serious about this. Usually I don't address negative comments that I get on the channel, and luckily I don't really get that many negative comments. But there was a comment not that long ago where somebody criticized the method that I used in previous grade reveal videos, where I would sort of just put my thumb over the grade of the card and then pull it off to reveal what the grade was. They were like, really? Just thumb over the grade? Really? Look, okay? We're not a high budget operation here, all right? We do the best that we can with what we have. Currently, I'm recording this with an iPhone that's stacked up on a bunch of notebooks in like one box, okay? We do the best that we can here with what we have, okay? I'm not Jeff Wilson, all right? We're not a high budget operation, although I do know how to pronounce Louis Tion's name. Okay, so just to make that person happy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Post-it note and put it over the grade so that you don't see it before I actually show it off. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do this in order of maybe kind of like, I'm going to show a few cards first that are not cards that are going to stay in the collection. They're going to very likely just be cards that end up in deals and trades that come up here soon. And then I'll work through the stuff that's going to be PC. There's like 4 cards in this that are not probably going to be using for trade like kind of very soon. So the first one is this really nice 36 Gaudy Mickey Cochran. I actually bought this raw at the last Shriner show. Was happy with this. I just want to get like a different Mickey Cochran card. Ultimately, I'd like to get either the 33 or 34 Gaudy of Mickey Cochran. And I wasn't really sure what to expect with this grade because you can kind of notice on the bottom there's some roller marks and stuff on the bottom. So I was kind of thinking maybe a 2, maybe max of a 3. And I was actually pretty happy this one got a 3.5. So like I said, I don't think I'm not really going to hang on to this one. 60, then we're kind of moving into a much different era here. There's 3 60s cards that were in my vintage binder that I decided to grade, so again that I can use them as sort of trade chips, trade pieces. First one is this 66 Roberto Clemente, and I think that a big flaw is that it's going to be a little bit hard to see. You can kind of see if I go a little light here, there's like a little bit of a surface wrinkle right there. That's the biggest issue with it, and maybe a little bit of discoloring, that kind of thing. Still really nice card. And then you kind of see the back there. I didn't know what to expect with the grade on this. I thought the max I thought it would get would be a 3, and that is what it got. So 3 on that one. And then a couple 67s. One was this really nice, what I thought was this really nice Hank Aaron from 67. Good centering on this. Trying to remember what the flaws kind of are. There's like a wrinkle in the corner right there. Kind of see right by the B there. Nice card. I really did not think that this card was going to get higher than a 3. Kind of see the back. And it actually got a 4. So was kind of pleased with that grade. Again, this will be part of a trade, I think, coming up pretty quickly here. And then the last 67, and like I said, the last of the cards that's not going to stay in the PC, was the 67 Clemente, which fairly sharp, good corners, and the centering is not amazing, but not terrible on the front. On the back, the centering is pretty bad, to be honest with you. Same thing. I really thought maybe max grade here would be a 3. And then just kind of looking at the front, the surface, surface is pretty good on this. I thought it was just going to get a 3, and it also got a 4. So there you go. All right, so that's the stuff that is going to not stick around in the PC, really. I will show now some cards for my run of the 61 Fleer Celtics. So we'll go in sort of the order of the cards here. I remember I picked up 2 Tommy Heinsohn cards from the set, both of the Tommy Heinsohn cards from the set, at a show in Danvers, Mass. And this is Tommy's regular card here. The big issue is that there's right there. You can see that there's kind of a bend on the back. It's kind of more of a surface. It's a surface wrinkle on the front. It's a pretty deep surface wrinkle, but it doesn't go all the way through to the back. Good centering for a card in this set. So I wasn't expecting a big grade. I was thinking probably a 3 because of that surface wrinkle on top, and it did get the 3. Nothing too crazy there. And then the other Heinsohn card, this one was definitely in better shape. It's the Heinsohn goes up for a shot. Tommy Heinsohn goes up for a shot. Again, Celtics legend, one of the greatest, the greatest homer announcer in Boston history, and that's really saying something. So I expected this to get a better grade, higher than a 3. I wasn't totally sure what it was going to get, and it got a 5. So there you go. It's a good one right there. And then I had bought this Frank Ramsey is on guard card a while before this. I think this card I'd had raw for quite a bit of time. I think I got this in November at the Quincy show. And then you kind of flip that around and see there. Good card. I think just a little bit of a discoloration on the side there, right where by the number. Didn't really know what this would get, and frankly, I wasn't really that concerned about it. It was a good centering, and this was kind of a cheap buy, and it got a 5 as well. So I have the raw regular Ramsey card and the Carl Braun card both on the way, and then the only ones I'll need after that, I have a deal to buy the Sam Jones rookie card. Hopefully, and that'll work out pretty soon, and and then this, and then I'll just need the Kuzi regular card and the Russell takes to the air, and that's going to be, I'll have that run. All right, so why don't we then go through? So I'm going to kind of save the old pre-war stuff for the end, but I'll show off a couple of cards from the 41 Playball set that I sent in this order. This card I got quite a while ago. I bought this Hubble 41 Playball raw from Paul Borges at I think it was at a Quincy show. It was early this year, and this had been in my vintage binder, and I decided to send it in just because I have a display that has room for 8 SGC size slabs in the display, and I had 6 Playball cards, and you'll see the next card in a second. That is one that I've shown on the channel before. I decided to send this one in just to make it sort of an even 8, knowing that because this card had paper loss here and paper loss here, what the grade would be on this, not really going to be, back's pretty clean, but obviously I was completely expecting to get a 1 on this, and I did get the 1. So the meal ticket himself, Carl Hubble, will go fit nicely with the rest of my 41 Playball cards. And then I had showed this card previously on the channel, I believe. I bought this card, this Hank Greenberg raw, or sorry, no, I'm sorry, I did not buy this raw. I bought this in a PSA 1 slab from Ash. And, I prefer the pre-war, the older cards and SGC slabs anyway. So I cracked it out of the PSA slab. And you know, it's a dirty card. This card was, maybe it was probably flipped in the playground, that kind of thing. But still the vibrant color and the great image of Hammer and Hank. So I expected that this was going to get a 1, and that's what it got. So, all right. So now we're on to the pre-war, and 3 of these, well, 2 of these were raw that I sent in, 2 were reholders, and 1 was a crossover. So I will show the ones that I sent in raw first, and there are 2 new additions to my PC of Hall of Famers in this set, and really excited. They were raw buys, and the dealer that I bought these from, his name is Jim Parker, and he sells on Facebook. There's like a big T206 group on Facebook, and he sells. He has a seemingly endless trove of raw T206 cards. I don't know how he gets all of them, but the first of I bought 2 cards from him, and in this last buy, and they were 2 Hall of Famers. So the first one is George Davis from the White Sox, underrated player, underrated Hall of Famer, and this is just generally as an underrated card. Like, look at how gorgeous the sunset is back there on that card. Just like, this is such an epic T206 card. And so this is a Piedmont 150 from this sort of original run of the cards. And as far as flaws on this, there's not a ton. There's like kind of by his hand. I don't know if you're really even going to be able to see it. Like, there's like a kind of see by his hand there. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Like, there's a little bit of a surface wrinkle. I don't know that you're really going to be able to see it, but and then like this corner up here is a little bit dinged up, if you can see that. So I kind of thought maybe a 1.5 or a 2 on this, and it actually got a 2.5. So thrilled with that. Great addition to my my PC of T206 action shots. This is a beautiful card. Really happy with this. And then the other raw T206 that I sent in Hall of Famer was this of famous New York baseball legend Wee Willie Keeler. The image, great image with the clouds in the background, him holding the bat. There is a really nice portrait card of him as well in this. Keeler famously, he played for like basically all, I think he played for all of the New York teams. He played for the Yankees, Dodgers, and Giants. I think he also spent time with the old Baltimore Orioles. Great teams with like Wilbur Robertson and a young John McGraw and others. And then Willie Keeler famously hit him where they ain't. He was literally was a really small guy. Put the bat on the ball, make things happen. And he had the all-time consecutive games with a hit record until Joe DiMaggio broke it. So same thing with the back here, Piedmont 150. And just an iconic player to add to the collection. There's a little bit of a flaw kind of in the top, kind of like right there. It's maybe a little bit hard to see. But really, really happy with this card to get it raw. And again, I wasn't expecting much more than like maybe a 1.5, because they tend to be tough with the grades on these cards. And this got a 2. So I looked at what I paid for those 2 cards. It was the same deal, what I paid for them raw, and getting them graded and getting them in these grades really kind of helped the value of the cards. So like the last 3, one of which is a card that you've seen on the channel before. I'll show the last 3. Like I said, it's 2 reholders and one crossover. And then I have some. I forgot. I don't know why I forgot to mention this. I'll have a little bit of mail to show you guys at the very end of this. So this is like I said, a reholder. I won this card in the Huggins and Scott auction. This is actually my highest graded T206. And it is of Elmer Flick, Hall of Famer, the Indians, and it's a 3. And this is, like I said, this is my highest grade. I have my Bill Kerrigan T206 is also in a 3, but this is just such a nice card. Again, the beautiful background, and this has got the sweet cap 150 back. So there you go. Really nice addition. I will share the last reholder for the last card, but again, the curious case of my E90-1 Eddie Plank card that I had sent in once to SGC to be crossed over, and they did not agree with my suggestion. So just to back up a little bit, at Shriners in November, I bought a gorgeous E90-1 American Caramel Eddie Plank. And it was in an PSA 2 MK slab because of pencil marks on the back of the card. So my preference, as always, with all of these pre-war cards is I would rather have them in SGC slabs to show off. Well, I sent that card in with an initial ask that I wanted it to be, I did not want it to come back in lower than a grade of 2. And they didn't agree the first time. So I took a little bit of a risk with this one where I decided to send it in with the grade of, I didn't care what grade they sent it back. I said send it back even if it's authentic. Definitely a risk. So they did send it back in a holder. And again, this card is so gorgeous. The eye appeal of this card is totally off the charts. And again, the back has that pencil marking right there, whatever it says, 28, I think. So what did SGC actually grade it? The next best thing to a 2. They gave it a 1.5. I can live with that. I can live with that grade. And just having it in the tuxedo, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now here's the big one. The big one that if you see the posts on our community, on the community posts that I put up, you have seen this card before. But I literally got this card back on the Huggins and Scott auction, and I sent it off immediately to SGC to be reholdered. I had it for maybe an hour, and I just got it back. And again, this was a reholder that was buying a Huggins and Scott auction. I was really happy with what I paid for it, and here it is. Immediately, one of the top cards in my entire collection. This absolutely gorgeous T206 1910 Piedmont 350 Walter Johnson hands at chest in an SGC2 slab. Now in a beautiful, beautiful new tuxedo. And Big Train never looked better than he does in this card right here. I'm so proud to own this card, to have this card as a permanent part of my collection and a massive addition to the T206 Action Pose PC. This is a special one. So, I couldn't be more in love with a card. Love this stuff, don't you? All right, so that's the SGC grade reveal. I do have another order in with SGC right now that just 5 cards, and you guys have seen, I think, pretty much most of the cards in that order. That's got the Lefty Grove from 34 Diamond Stars. It's got the Addy Joss Polar Bear back. It's got Stargell Rookie, the Bobby Orr 69 Topps card, and a nice 60 Fleer Ted Williams, which I don't think I've actually shown. So hopefully get that back, maybe possibly by the end of next week. All right, so mail day today, in addition, just really quick, is I'm almost done with my 76 top set build. Somebody on Facebook was doing a claim sale, and he had a lot of the sort of bigger name cards, and then he was like, so I claimed a bunch of the cards, the bigger names, and he was like, what other cards do you need? And I gave him my list, and he was able to get me all but 2 of the cards that I needed. So I'll just run down a few of the ones that showed up. Again, I'm not big on condition in this set, but I got, the Pete Rose, Ken Griffey Sr., Big Red Machine Reds were the champions at 76 and 75 too. A bunch of the team cards I needed, like, Padres and the Cubbies and a few other cards. Most of the cards I needed were like the team cards, and they're like pretty much all in here. There's these are some of the like lesser names, I guess, through here, like, Ray Corbin, whatever. So cards I really needed. And so that basically this guy sent all of these, and I only needed 2 more cards. And so one of the cards was the Mets team checklist, and this was, and I bought this. I put it on ISO out in a 70s Topps group, And this guy Charlie, who I bought from a few times, I bought this Mets team card from him. So, and my friend of the channel, Mark Hoyle, is going to send me 4 cards from his childhood collection. Shout out to Mark. Cards that he pulled out of a pack as a kid. So then that's just going to leave one more card that I need, and I will mention this if anybody is still watching this. The last card that I need in the 76 top set is card number 5. Let me just make sure. Card 526 is a checklist. I don't care if it's marked. I don't care what kind of... It's just as long as it's not a complete beater. Hit us up, waxpackwisdom@gmail.com. I have other 76 tops that I can trade. Happy to work out a deal, whatever. So that's the last card that I need, and then I'll have that set complete. So anyway, this video has run long. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with a video at some point this weekend from the Causeway Card Show. SGC reveal, like I said, coming up. I got a bunch more stuff coming in the mail, and we're just going to keep things rolling. Hope you checked out 59 Tops Friday today. We focused on Elston Howard and Jackie Jensen. If this is Friday, hopefully we'll plan to get this video up tonight. So that's it. So thanks very much for watching. Check out our ComC store. I did mention it in a video earlier this week. We've opened a ComC store. The link is in the description below. Check out and see if there's anything interesting in there. Stuff from all different eras and stuff from different sports. Check out where to follow us on all social media channels.